Let's see how much we can do today. So first simulation, it is basically related to your gift taxes. Not really gift taxes, basically how much gift you subject to tax and what will be realized gain and loss if you later sold this property. So, so first question is, on January 10, year 2, Joy gave his wife Dale a diamond necklace of fair market value 11,000. Joy received the necklace in year 1 as a part of an inheritance when the basis was $5,000. So he basically received this necklace in inheritance when the fair market value was $8,500 and basis was $5,000. So no gift tax was paid. Next, his wife sold the necklace on December 10, year 2 for 14,200. Then what will you think? How much gift will be subjected to tax in year 2? So in year 2, he is giving this necklace to his wife, and that necklace he received as an part of inheritance. And second part, you have to like tell what should be the recognized gain and loss on this transaction. So when his wife sold this necklace for $14,200.
5,700.
So 5,700 is your gain or loss, or year 2 gift amount, it will be subject to taxes.
It's for gift tax.
Sorry, what are you asking?
It is for gift tax. Gift amount subject to tax.
Okay, and then gain and loss. Okay, so let me explain the first question, then you will try next these questions. So first of all, they are asking for gift taxes. So when you receive something or when you gift someone a property, then it will be subjected to tax, and the taxes will be paid by the donor only, and uh, donor only on the very on the gift. Okay. Second thing, like it will come in your TCP that if there are certain exemption to these taxes, like for example, if you can get a marital deduction, means if someone is gifting to his or her spouse, then that property will be exempted from gift taxes. So here the Joy is gifting this necklace to his wife. So that means he do not have to pay any taxes on this transfer because he will get the marital deduction, means he is gifting to his spouse only. Okay. Second thing, if you find the year to gain and losses that will be recognized, so it is basically first you have to calculate the basis, then look for the selling price. So first of all, the Dale sorry, Joy is getting this necklace as a part of inheritance. So basically what happened in case of inheritance, the fair market value on the date of death will be considered as the basis of the property. Okay. So here the basis originally was 5,000, then fair market value was 8,500, and fair market value on the date of gift is 11,000. So first of all, if you look for Joy, then the fair market value on the date of inheritance or death will be 8,500. That will be considered as the basis for Joy. Okay. So 8,500 was the basis. Now this necklace is this way. Now this necklace is gifted to his wife. So that means now you have the case of property that is gifted to somebody else. Then for Dale now, if you are receiving any property in gift, then the basis will be carryover basis unless the fair market value is less than the original basis. So here the basis was 8,500 and the fair market value was $11,000. So that means there is no exceptional case in this. The fair market value is greater than the original basis. So that means this original basis will be carry over to the Dale. So for Dale, the basis was 8,500 and she is selling it for $14,200. So if you subtract this from this, then you will get the amount of gain and losses. So 14,200 minus 8,500. Should I explain it again or is it
5,700.
clear?
Clear, ma'am. 5,700.
5,700. Okay. Okay, so let's do next question. On March 15, year 2, Todd gave Sarah property with a fair market value of $200,000. So when the adjusted basis was this, upon transfer, the Todd pays 66,600 of gift tax related to the gift. Then Sarah is selling this property for $250,000. So basically, fair market value was this when the basis was this, and the gift tax paid was $66,600. So basically, this is also a case of gift. Here, no relation is given, so that means like there will be no marital deduction, and the fair market value was this, and basis was this, and gift tax was this. So basically, the gift tax is paid by the donor, and it will be like included only the taxes paid on the amount of appreciation in the property. So if you see that 200 minus 160, so it will give you $40,000 of net appreciation. So take the proportion of the taxes related to the appreciation, and when you add these taxes to the basis, it will give you the like adjusted basis for the property. So first you have to tell the amount that will be subject to taxes. So what will you think? Which amount will be subject to gift tax?
Mm-hmm. 1,60,000.
Sure.
No, ma'am. 66,600.
66,600 is the amount of tax. You have to tell the amount which will be subjected to tax, like on which the
Okay,
tax
okay.
will
Yeah.
be
Sorry, sorry.
calculated.
For
Not 40,000 you will take to calculate the proportion of the taxes which will be related to the appreciation of property, because it will be added to the basis to calculate the amount of gain and losses. Okay, so what will you think, to fair market value or adjusted basis? Which should I put here? We have to do more questions, so please do fast. If you are not sure, then make a like best guess.
Ma'am, from my side, it's 1,60,000.
Okay. Next, the year to gain or loss that will be recognized on transaction. So gain and loss, to calculate gain and loss, first you have to calculate the basis of the property. So basically, this is a case of gift. So the basis will be carryover basis, plus if you are paying any gift taxes which will be related to the appreciation. So the whole amount of taxes are given, but you have to proportionate these taxes which will be related to the appreciation of property. So 200 minus 160, so $40,000 is the value of appreciation. So please proportionate these taxes that will be related to this 40,000. So basically what you have to do, 40,000 out of 200,000 multiply by this amount. So calculate first the proportion of taxes related to appreciation, then add these taxes to the basis. So what is the basis? Adjusted basis will be carryover basis. So add this proportion to the basis, then you will get the adjusted basis. Then subtract this adjusted basis from your selling price. You will get the amount of gain and loss.
So, ma'am, for the proportionate basis, what would be the percentage like?
Okay, so you have to take the net appreciation. So net appreciation is basically 200 minus 160, which is $40,000
40,000.
out of your fair market value. So
40,000
200,
divided by 2 lakhs.
yes, multiply by this taxes. So you will get the proportionate of these tax.
13,320.
Okay, so this taxes will be added to the carryover basis, means adjusted basis, which will give the basis of Sarah in this property.
1,73,320.
Okay. Okay. Since fair market value is greater than this carryover basis. So that means no exceptional rules were applied here. So simply you have to subtract your basis from the selling price. So subtract the 173 whatever you are getting from 250,000, you will get the net gain and loss amount. So how much will be there?
76,680.
76. Okay. So I am not calculating. So please do the calculation carefully. Okay. And Dhanashri, like you want to change something, or have you like got the explanation for
So,
this?
ma'am, the 17,000 which we got before, like 17,000 or 320.
Okay.
Sorry, 1,73,320. So that will not be a part of the 160 amount that we put on the first column.
No, because like you have to tell the amount which will be subject to tax. So why will you add the taxes first, then like you will get the amount which will subject to tax.
Okay, okay.
So basically you have to put here the amount which will be subjected to taxes. So according to me, fair market value should be here. But if you want, I can put the adjusted basis. So let's put the fair market value here. Then
Okay, ma'am.
okay, so next is on February 15, Ruby gave Mark land valued at 90,000 and the adjusted basis was 80,000. So she gave a property and no gift taxes was paid here. Okay, so she is giving a property in gift which is having the adjusted basis of 80,000 and fair market value of 90,000 and selling price is $115,000. So what should be the amount which will be subject to taxes?
90,000.
Okay.
90,000.
And what should be the recognized gain or loss? So in the case of gift, the basis will of Donny will be carryover basis.
Ma'am, 35,000, 1,15,000 minus 80,000.
Yes, correct. So basically, the here the Donny basis will be carryover basis, which is 80,000, and he is selling for 115,000. So 115 minus 80 will give you the gain and loss amount. Okay, so last on my first year two, John gave Jeff 1,000 share of stock when the share were valued at $15 per share and basis was 22,000. So he is giving the 1,000 share of fair market value $15 each share. So means $15,000 of shares fair market value. Basis was 22,000 and on my 15 year 2, Jeff sold 400 share for $13 per share. So you first have to tell the amount of amount which will be subjected to tax. Next, the gain and loss.
15,000 subjected to tax.
15,000.
50,000. Okay.
15,15.
Okay. Okay. So next amount of gain and losses.
9,000. Lost.
Okay.
No, no. 400 shares were sold, no?
Also look for watch sale here. If there is any watch sale.
Ma'am, will we take 22,000 divided by 1,000 shares, like 22 per share, and then we will compare it with 13 per share?
Okay.
3,600.
Okay. Sure.
Yes, ma'am, 3,600.
And there is no wash sale. You are assuming like एक बार वॉश सेल भी देख लो. Okay. एक बार वॉश सेल भी देख लो, then tell me the first final answer. आपको लग रहा है वॉश सेल होगी इस केस में? Because in case of wash sale loss,
Here.
no loss will be recognized.
No, but this is after 1 year, May 1 and May 15.
Sorry.
Both are year 2.
Yes, it is the transaction is occurring within 15 days.
So, ma'am, it is not a wash sale.
Okay. Sure. Then 3,600 you is the loss. This is the answer you are you're telling.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So anything you want to change or should I submit?
Ma'am, you can submit.
75% is correct. Okay, so okay. So let's look for second question first. First is correct. First and third are correct. Then second ka second part. Okay, so on March 15, year 2, Todd gave Sarah property with the fair market value of 200,000 when the basis was 160 and the gift taxes were this. Sarah sold this property for 250,000. Okay. So the gift tax is levied against the donor on fair market value of this 40,000 का ये कर दिया. ठीक है, आपकी कैलकुलेशन यही आ रही थी? Because there is calculation mistake, otherwise everything is correct. एक बार कैलकुलेशन चेक करना अपनी जो आपने पहले की थी. Because you told me 76,000 is coming after doing this calculation, but they are doing the same calculation and getting the answer of 76,680. So same, they have taken the appreciation, then proportionate the taxes related to appreciation and add this to basis and then calculate the amount of gain. So calculation आपने यही की थी या कुछ change किया था?
नहीं मैम, चेंज तो कुछ नहीं किया था.
फिर मतलब आपका आंसर अलग आ रहा है.
Ma'am, it
या
was 40,000 divided by 2 lakhs
yes,
into 66,600, right?
yes,
That is 13,320.
yes. It will be added to the basis.
That is 1,60,000 again.
Yes, it will be added to this basis.
17,3320 and
Yes,
minus 2,50,000.
yes, selling price.
76,680. So then I think it was my mistake. I dictated you the wrong. I guess just dictated you the 76,680. I guess it just
Oh,
was a mistake.
okay, okay. Okay, so is it clear? Second question,
Yes, ma'am.
Dhanashree and
Can you explain the formula again? Because I was disconnected earlier.
yes. So in case of gift taxes, basically gift taxes are paid by donor only, and the gift taxes related to appreciation will be added to the Donnie's basis. Okay. So here the Donnie's basis will be carryover basis plus any gift taxes that will be subjected to the appreciation. So total gift taxes are here. So you will proportionate this amount related to the appreciation. So what is the appreciation? 200 minus 160. So it will give you $40,000 of appreciation. So proportionate these gift taxes. So how will you proportionate it? 40,000. It will be divided by 200,000. Okay. 40,000. It will be divided by your $200,000 and then multiplied by the gift taxes. So it will give you the proportion of the gift taxes that will be related to appreciation. It will be added to basis. Then Donnie's basis is there. For calculation of gain, you will subtract the this basis from your selling price. Simple that calculation. Any doubt in second question?
No, ma'am, now understood. It was just
No,
my
got it.
calculation
No,
mistake.
got it.
Okay, okay. So last question. Okay. So provided the gift is not between the spouses, the gift tax is levied against the donor. Okay, 15,000 of taxable gift. Sorry. So in general, the basis of gift property is the donor's basis of property. However, if the fair market value, okay, so I think you have not considered here the dual basis rule. So since fair market value was 15,000, which is less than the adjusted basis, so that means dual basis rule will be applied here. So means you have to put these three amount, which is 15,000, 22,000, and then selling price. So basically, first calculate the fair market value, adjusted basis, and selling price for only $400 because you are selling only $400. Arrange these amount in ascending or descending order. Then whichever value is coming in between, you will take that value as the basis to calculate the gain or loss amount. So you have not considered here the dual basis rule. That's why the answer is coming wrong. So 400,000 400 shares, calculate this fair market value 400 multiplied by 15, then 22,000 divide 1000, 22 per share. So 22 multiplied by 400, it will give you the adjusted basis for 400 shares. Then 400 into 13 will give you the selling price. Are you getting like how to solve this question? So
Yes, ma'am. So we got 8,000. So I got 6,000 for 400 into 15.
okay,
6,000 and
yes,
400 into 22 will give you 8,800.
yes. So
And 400 into 13 will give you 50, like 5,200. That is the lowest.
yes. So
8,800 is the highest. Then the middle one is
6,000. So 6,000
6,000.
will be the basis to calculate the gain and loss amount. So 6,000 को सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो सेलिंग प्राइस से. So selling price कितना आ रहा था? 5,200. So 5,200 minus 6,000, 8,000 का
800.
800 का loss
800
आता.
का. Okay, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. So any doubt or let's do next question otherwise.
No doubt, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Okay. So you can get the question like there is 90% possibility of getting the question on this. Section 179 expenses, makers depreciation and make I think there ठीक है makers basis and makers depreciation, or you can also have one category here of bonus depreciation. Okay, so question is Richard Norton recently purchased a farm. The farm is being operated as a sole proprietorship. Farm operation began on January 1st, year 1 and became profitable in year 2. Richard uses the cash basis of accounting for book and tax purposes. During year 2, Richard employ as many as 20 part-time workers, including his spouse Lucy and children Edward and Darla, 19 and 14. So this is basically not related to the questions. Lucy was unemployed during the year 1 and had no other income exempt from a farm. Richard and Lucy file a joint income tax return for year 1 and year 2. Richard is not yet providing the farm employees with life insurance, medical, dental coverage, or retirement benefit. Richard is paying the life and medical insurance premium for the family from personal fund. Okay. So Richard Norton had a net loss before makers depreciation and 179 deduction on the farm operation for year 1. So he want to maximize his current year deduction for the asset purchase. Calculate the cost recovery deduction on Richard's farm asset for year 1 using the information. So आपको year 1 के लिए calculate करना है. Okay. और year 1 में उसके net losses हैं, ध्यान रखना. So in the section calculate the cost recovery deduction on farm asset for year 1 using the information in table 1 and 200% makers depreciation found in the exhibit. So in the section 179 elected column, enter the amount elected. In the makers depreciation, enter the appropriate makers basis. Then makers depreciation column में आपको calculate करना है basically depreciation, और total 179 expense and depreciation will automatically calculate in the last 2 rows. Okay, so first of all you have heavy duty truck of $44,000 and having life of 5 years. So what will you think? You will get the 179 expenses here, or how much of 179 section expenses should be there? So basically you can get the section 179 deduction for the asset you are putting in your business in the for the year of services. Okay, you are putting into services. So for the first year only you can claim for 179 179 expenses as a deduction. Okay, so exemption is that this is only claimed for the personal property, not for real properties. Okay. Also, if you have section 179 losses, if you have net operating losses, then you do not get any deduction for 179 expenses. Do you know the concept of 7-9 deduction and maker's depreciation? So first of all, tell me there is net operating loss and gain here. Net operating loss or gain here. So they
Net
have
loss.
Loss.
net loss. Okay. So in case of loss, section 179 deduction cannot be claimed. So it will be 0 and
Zero.
okay. If there is the net income, then you can get the 179 deduction. It has basically certain limits, like up to that amount you can get the deduction and some phase out limit also, which is basically like inflation adjusted figures. For every year it will be changed. So mainly it will be given in your question, or otherwise you have to remember this is for year you are giving your exam. So for 2026, like up to June 2026, you can you will use the limit that will be applied for 2025. Okay. So since it is a case of net loss, so you will not get any deduction for 7-9. Next, for maker's basis. So since no amount you can get as deduction here, so that means full amount will be subjected to the depreciation. Okay. So now for 5-7 years, they are giving you the percentage of 200%. So calculate the depreciation amount. So for 2000, for 200% percentage is given for 5 year. For first year 20%. For 7 year property it is 14.29% for first year. So first you have to check for maker's depreciation that the life of the property. So here the life is already given. For truck it is 5 year, for combine it is 7 year. Okay. Next thing you have to check that whether it is a case of half year convention or mid quarter convention. So if you are putting the property like any time during the year, then it will be by default subjected to half year convention. But if the more than 40 or 50% of the property are putting into use in the last quarter, then it will be subjected to mid quarter convention. So since both the property are putting into the January 1st, not last quarter, so that means by default you will use the half year convention. So is it clear when you will use half year or when you will use mid quarter? इतना समझ में आया आपको?
हाँ, got it.
ठीक है. तो अगर आपको ये पता है कि मेरा मिड हाफ ईयर कन्वेंशन या मिड क्वार्टर कन्वेंशन यूज होना है, तो उसके लाइक उसके बाद सिंपली आपको एक कैलकुलेशन करनी है. 44,000 बेसिस है आपके पास, 5 ईयर की प्रॉपर्टी है, आप हाफ ईयर कन्वेंशन यूज करने वाले हो. सो हाफ ईयर की टेबल देखनी है आपको. 200% हमें दे रखा है रेट, हाफ ईयर यूज करनी है और 200% दे रखा है. 5 ईयर के लिए, 5 ईयर प्रॉपर्टी के लिए अगर आपको फर्स्ट ईयर का कैलकुलेट करना है तो परसेंटेज रहेगी 20%. मतलब आप अपने बेसिस को का 20% कर दो, आपको डेप्रीसिएशन मिल जाएगा. सेकेंड ईयर के लिए कैलकुलेट करना है तो 32% कर दो. थर्ड ईयर के लिए 19.20. Is it clear? How will you calculate the depreciation?
Yes, ma'am. So
Similarly,
it will be provided, ma'am.
yes, tables will be provided.
Okay, ma'am.
फॉर 7 ईयर के लिए अगर फर्स्ट ईयर का निकालना है तो 14.29% यूज करोगे। मतलब आपको इसमें कुछ कैलकुलेशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, सिंपली मल्टीप्लीकेशन ही चाहिए, टेबल से देखकर परसेंटेज लो और मल्टीप्लाई कर दो। आपके पास बेसिस है ना प्रॉपर्टीज का, तो 5 ईयर की प्रॉपर्टी का बेसिस 44,000 है। फर्स्ट ईयर के लिए क्या परसेंटेज है इसकी, 20%, तो
20%.
44,000 का 20% कर दो, 8800।
8800.
ठीक है, अब 60,000 7 ईयर प्रॉपर्टी है, और 7 ईयर प्रॉपर्टी के लिए फर्स्ट ईयर का है 14.29, सो 14.29 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो।
8574.
8574, okay. Okay, so this is also same. What is the difference here? Okay, this is for year 2, basically. So year 2 में कहीं पर इनकम दे रखी है, यस इनकम है, तो डेट मीन्स आप ईयर 2 के लिए क्लेम कर सकते हो 179।
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, सो 179 क्या तीनों के लिए क्लेम करोगे या सिर्फ ईयर 2 की प्रॉपर्टी के लिए?
Ma'am, only for year 2. Year 1 में तो you are not, you cannot.
ओके, ठीक है, तो फिर यहाँ 65,000 तो पूरा ही चला जाएगा इसमें, क्योंकि लिमिट आपकी 1 मिलियन या 1.17 मिलियन थी आई थिंक 24 के लिए, अब तो थोड़ी बढ़ गई होगी, तो आपकी ये पूरी चली जाएगी उसमें, तो यहाँ मेकर्स के लिए तो कुछ बचेगा ही नहीं। ठीक है, इतना समझ में आया?
Yes.
Yes.
ओके, सो ईयर 2 के लिए, ईयर 2 में आप 179 लोगे, ईयर 1 की प्रॉपर्टी के लिए नहीं ले सकते क्योंकि ये फर्स्ट ईयर में ही क्लेम कर सकते हो। बस ईयर 2 के लिए निकालना आपको डेप्रिसिएशन, तो क्या करोगे अब यहाँ, प्रॉपर्टी 5 ईयर है, ईयर 2 की परसेंटेज क्या लोगे 32, और यहाँ पर 24.49। ये चीज समझ में आई?
Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा, हिंदी समझ में आई या इंग्लिश में बताऊं, मतलब?
No, ma'am, anything is good.
ओके ओके, सो ईयर 2 की डेप्रिसिएशन हो जाएगी यहाँ पर आप क्या करोगे 32%, और यहाँ पर 29.49 था आई थिंक, परसेंट कर दोगे। अच्छा, परसेंट किसका करोगे, 44 का करोगे या 60 का करोगे, अब ये आप डिसाइड करो। सॉरी, 44 का करोगे या 44 में से फर्स्ट ईयर का माइनस करके फिर उसका करोगे?
No, no, it's 44 का करेंगे.
44 का,
हम्म.
श्योर?
No, ma'am, the depreciation will get less from the, like, the first year depreciation would be less, and then जो बचा हुआ amount रहेगा उसमें से होगा, right?
ओके, कैलकुलेट करके बताओगे अमाउंट कितना आ रहा है?
Can you show us the table? Is this
Yes.
totally getting 100 like a depreciation rate total?
Ma'am, what is the second table given down there below?
This is for mid quarter. Like if you place your more than 40% of asset in services in the last quarter, then you will use this like percentage.
Okay, ma'am.
It's called mid quarter convention. ठीक है, उसके बाद मिड क्वार्टर में भी अगर आपका असेट फर्स्ट क्वार्टर में रखा है तो फिर ये वाली टेबल यूज करोगे, सेकेंड क्वार्टर में प्लेस किया है तो ये वाली, जो असेट थर्ड क्वार्टर में प्लेस किए हैं उनके लिए ये टेबल, और जो फोर्थ क्वार्टर में प्लेस किए हैं सर्विसेज में उसके लिए ये टेबल। ठीक है, अदरवाइज आप हाफ ईयर लेकर चलते हो बाय डिफॉल्ट। मेकर्स रिलेटेड सिमुलेशंस अच्छे से करके जाना, बिकॉज एक ना एक एग्जाम में जरूर आता है कैलकुलेशन के लिए, जिसमें आपको 179 बोनस और मेकर्स तीनों भी दे सकते हैं, दो भी दे सकते हैं या एक भी दे सकते हैं। अच्छा, कैलकुलेट कर लिया आपने?
Is it 44,000 minus opening depreciation, or how was it? On 44, we have to apply directly the rate.
Okay. So I basically asked this question from you कि क्या लेकर चलोगे?
But there are two different views. One, she said depreciation minus करेंगे, I said directly apply करेंगे.
Okay.
Because basis means the number changes.
Yes, it will definitely change अगर आप, और इस, ठीक है आप इस पे ही कैलकुलेट करके बताओ मुझे, 32% कर दो इसका।
14,080.
14,080. Okay.
And the second one will be 14,694.
694. Okay. ठीक है, सबमिट करूं?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first is correct. Okay, section 179 expense cannot be claimed since you have net operating losses. Okay. So next, since you have placed your asset in on January 1st, not in the last quarter, like not 40% of the asset in the last quarter, so that means by default you will use the half year convention. Okay. So for makers basis, you have the whole basis because there is no deduction taken for 179. Then you will calculate based on the rates makers depreciation. Okay. So first one is clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So second one. So again, this is correct that you will not get any deduction for year two property also. Sorry, in year two also for 79179, and for this they have not taken any information was given. Like,
No. Instead of
okay, sorry. You have
yeah,
not read this line. They have not elected any 179 deduction for year two also. So they are not taking any deduction for year two also. So that means it will be also zero here. Okay. So since they are not taking any deduction, it will be zero. ये चीज समझ में आई? आपने ये लाइन पढ़ी नहीं, मैंने भी स्किप कर दी। अगर ये नहीं दिया होता तो ये हमारा ठीक था, बट क्योंकि उन्होंने स्पेशली मेंशन किया कि दे आर नॉट इलेक्टिंग फॉर 179 डिडक्शन, कि 179 डिडक्शन के लिए उन्होंने कोई इलेक्शन नहीं किया, मतलब इलेक्ट नहीं किया ये ऑप्शन, सो इट मीन्स कोई डिडक्शन नहीं ले रहे वो, जीरो आ जाएगा यहाँ भी, और यहाँ सिंपली आप मेकर्स कैलकुलेट कर दोगे। ठीक है, मेकर्स कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे? अच्छा, यहाँ पर अब आप मिड क्वार्टर यूज करोगे या मिड हाफ ईयर कन्वेंशन यूज करोगे?
हाफ ईयर।
अच्छा ठीक है, पहले एक बार ये देखो, फिर मैं आपको ये बताती हूँ दोबारा से। आपका यहाँ फर्स्ट की कैलकुलेशन गलत आ रही है।
नहीं, वो 50% किया है उसने बस।
50% ईयर ऑफ सेल, सेल किया है क्या सेट?
44,000 तो
अच्छा
32% सही अप्लाई किया है, फिर 50% किए।
ठीक है, मुझे आप, सॉरी मेरी भी गलती थी, हमने ये पढ़ा ही नहीं सेकंड पार्ट ना, सीधा
हम्म।
क्वेश्चन कर दिया। ठीक है, उन्होंने आपको दे रखे है कि रिचर्ड सॉल्व दी हेवी ड्यूटी ट्रक परचेज्ड इन ईयर वन, दी हेवी ड्यूटी ट्रक वाज ओनली असेट टेक परचेज ड्यूरिंग ईयर टू। ठीक है, आपका ईयर वन वाला अब यहाँ ईयर टू में सेल हो चुका है। ठीक है, सो बेसिकली क्या होता है हाफ ईयर में, कि जिस ईयर में आपने सर्विस में प्लेस किया है उसका भी हाफ लेकर चलते हो, और जब आपने जब आप सेल कर रहे हो उस टाइम पे भी हाफ लेकर चलते हो। ये होता है हाफ ईयर कन्वेंशन की। जैसे आपका 5 ईयर की प्रॉपर्टी है तो वो बेसिकली 6 ईयर्स में जाकर डेप्रिशिएट हो रही है। पहले साल का भी आधा लिया, फिर 4 साल पूरे लिए, फिर लास्ट ईयर का भी आधा लिया। समझ रहे हो कि वो 6 साल के अंदर डिवाइड हो गई वो डेप्रिसिएशन। ये मतलब है आपका हाफ ईयर कन्वेंशन का। तो यहाँ पर अभी आपकी प्रॉपर्टी सेकेंड ईयर में सेल हो रही है, तो मीन्स आपको यहाँ पर हाफ ईयर कन्वेंशन ही लेना था, मतलब आपको हाफ लेना था अमाउंट, क्योंकि जिस ईयर में सेल कर रहे हो उसका भी आधा हो जाएगा, तो इसलिए ये आपकी कैलकुलेशन गलत आ रही है। बट ऐसा मतलब इतना ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स एग्जाम में देंगे नहीं कि एक ईयर में खरीदा और अगले में ही सेल कर दिया। ठीक है, बाकी आपको आगे है ना कैलकुलेशन कैसे टेबल से देखकर करनी है।
यस मैम।
ठीक है, ये समझ में आया। सेकंड हमारा ठीक है, सिंपली आपका सेकंड ईयर का की परसेंटेज उठाई और मल्टीप्लाई कर दी। ओके, इतना क्लियर है?
यस, गुड।
ठीक है, थर्ड केस देखो। थर्ड केस में 179 वाला क्लियर हुआ, क्योंकि इलेक्ट ही नहीं किया तो वाई विल यू टेक द डिडक्शन? जब इलेक्ट ही नहीं किया तो डेट मीन्स कोई डिडक्शन भी नहीं ले रहे वो 79 के लिए, तो
यस
यहाँ
मैम।
पर जीरो हो जाएगा। ठीक है, अब मेकर्स डेप्रिसिएशन के लिए देखो। मेकर्स में आपके पास दो कन्वेंशन है, या तो मिड क्वार्टर या हाफ ईयर। बाय डिफॉल्ट आप हाफ ईयर लेते हो, लेकिन अगर आपकी असेट मोर देन 40% अगर लास्ट क्वार्टर में सर्विस में प्लेस किया है तो फिर आपको मिड क्वार्टर कन्वेंशन यूज करना है। तो अब ध्यान से देखो, ईयर टू में है ही एक असेट और वो भी आप लास्ट क्वार्टर में प्लेस कर रहे हो, तो मीन्स 100% ऑफ असेट लास्ट क्वार्टर में सर्विस में प्लेस हो रहे हैं। एक है और एक वो भी आप लास्ट क्वार्टर में ही प्लेस कर रहे हो, सो डेट मीन्स 100% ऑफ असेट आर प्लेस्ड इनटू सर्विस इन लास्ट क्वार्टर। ठीक है, तो लास्ट क्वार्टर कन्वेंशन यूज करोगे, मिड क्वार्टर कन्वेंशन यूज करोगे। ये चीज समझ में आई?
नो मैम, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन अगेन?
Okay, so for mid-quarter convention, you have to check that whether you are putting more than 40% of the asset in the last quarter.
So
अगर
मैम, what is the original so
by default आप half year convention use करते हो।
नहीं नहीं मैम, for the 40%, how will we get to know the 40% is like used or not? So what is the original amount of the truck?
Okay, basically not the original amount. You have to check how much percentage of asset. जैसे अगर सपोज करो ये तीनों के तीनों asset आप ईयर 2 में प्लेस करते, तो आप क्या करते, इन तीनों का कैलकुलेशन करके चेक करते क्या ये 65 टोटल का 40% है या नहीं है। जैसे आपने मान लो दो असेट दो असेट लगा लो आपने, दोनों इक्वल अमाउंट के हैं और वो आप ईयर 2 में सर्विस में डाल रहे हो। वन आपने जुलाई में डाल दिया, वन आप नवंबर में सर्विस में डाल रहे हो, ठीक है। तो आपको क्या लगता है कि लास्ट क्वार्टर में 50% आपने डाला। कैलकुलेशन बेसिकली इस कॉस्ट के बेसिस पर होगी ना, परसेंटेज, कि जैसे $65,000 का अमाउंट डाला आपने ईयर उसमें लास्ट क्वार्टर में, अगर मान लो ये भी होते ईयर 2 के तो ये भी आप कंसीडर करते, फिर 65 को डिवाइड कर देते इन तीनों के टोटल से और चेक करते क्या ये लास्ट क्वार्टर वाला 40% है या नहीं है। अगर 40 या 40 से ज्यादा है तो आप फिर मिड क्वार्टर यूज करते सभी के लिए। अगर नहीं होता तो फिर तीनों के लिए हाफ ईयर यूज करते। कब, अगर ये तीनों आपके ईयर 2 के होते तो। लेकिन अभी ईयर 2 में एक ही असेट आपने सर्विस में डाला और वो भी लास्ट क्वार्टर में, मतलब 100% असेट आपने सर्विस में डाल दिया लास्ट क्वार्टर में, तो आप ईयर 2 के लिए मिड क्वार्टर यूज करोगे। अब समझ आया या नहीं। दोबारा बताऊं।
अंडरस्टूड मैम।
पक्का नहीं तो मैं दोबारा बता दूंगी, अगर कुछ नहीं समझ आया तो बताओ। धनश्री।
I got it.
ओके, सो सिंस एक ही एसेट है और पूरा मतलब एक ही एसेट है और वो आप लास्ट क्वार्टर में डाल रहे हो, मतलब 100% एसेट किस में डल गए लास्ट क्वार्टर में, तो मिड क्वार्टर कन्वेंशन यूज होगा लास्ट ईयर के लिए, ठीक है। मिड क्वार्टर कन्वेंशन के लिए आप मिड क्वार्टर वाली टेबल्स देखोगे। अब ये टेबल्स 4 दे रखी हैं आपको। अब बताओ आपके पास असेट किसका डेप्रिसिएशन कैलकुलेट करना है, इस असेट का, और इस असेट को कौन से क्वार्टर में प्लेस किया है, लास्ट क्वार्टर में, फोर्थ क्वार्टर में, और 5 ईयर की प्रॉपर्टी है। तो अब आप क्या करोगे, इन टेबल में ये सारी टेबल मिड क्वार्टर के लिए ही है, लेकिन अब आपका असेट कौन से क्वार्टर में डला है, फोर्थ क्वार्टर में, और 5 ईयर की प्रॉपर्टी है, तो फर्स्ट ईयर के लिए क्या यूज करोगे, 5%, ठीक है। ये चीज समझ में आई। ये बाकी क्यों दे रखे हैं, क्योंकि आपके पास हमेशा ये तो नहीं है कि आप एक साल में एक ही असेट यूज कर रहे हो। अगर आपके पास 4-5 असेट एक साथ आपने सर्विस में डाले हैं, तो 4-5 असेट की डेट चेक करोगे, जो जो लास्ट क्वार्टर में है वो चेक करोगे क्या वो लास्ट क्वार्टर वाले उन सभी असेट का 40% बन रहे हैं या नहीं बन रहे। बन रहे हैं तो फिर आप ये मिड क्वार्टर यूज करोगे, और फिर ऐसे करोगे कि जैसे जो असेट फर्स्ट क्वार्टर में यूज किए गए हैं उनके लिए यहाँ से परसेंटेज उठाओगे, जो सेकेंड क्वार्टर में प्लेस किए हैं उनके लिए यहाँ से, थर्ड में प्लेस किए हैं तो यहाँ से, फोर्थ में प्लेस किए हैं तो यहाँ से। इतना क्लियर हुआ।
यस मैम।
ठीक है, तो अभी आपके पास एक ही असेट है जो आपने लास्ट क्वार्टर में प्लेस किया है, 5 ईयर की प्रॉपर्टी है, तो परसेंटेज क्या लोगे, 5% फॉर ईयर 1। अभी तो उसका फर्स्ट ईयर ही है ना इस असेट का, तो इस असेट के लिए फर्स्ट ईयर ही है, तो 65,000 का 5% कर दोगे, आपके पास डेप्रिसिएशन अमाउंट आ जाएगा। इज इट क्लियर।
यस।
Okay, so this simulations were related to the maker's depreciation and 179 expenses. So we will do next simulation tomorrow. So it is, I think, related to wash sale. Gain and losses basically realized कितना है और recognized क्या करोगे. ठीक है, तो अगर कोई डाउट है तो बता दो, otherwise we will continue tomorrow.
We will do it tomorrow.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you for joining. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.